What is up? It's Scott Tejerian from the Weekly Transit Astrology Podcast, here with the Sports and Astrology segment, and Samantha Dottin, where we are talking about Deion Sanders, Coach Prime Time, the Leo. Man, so inspiring, Deion. So inspiring. If anyone out there knows Deion, knows his birth time. Deion, do you know your birth time? Contact us. We have so much love for you, so much appreciation for you. I'm looking at where the planets were when you were born, and it blows my mind, reminding everyone that, the next time the planets and stars will be aligned in the way that they were aligned when you were born is over 25,000 years from the date, time, and place of your birth. So you are divine, you are unique, you are a miracle.
Yeah, one of a kind.
One of a kind, yes. In the last video, we talked about how Deion's a channel. He's channeling God. He's channeling the voice of God, the spirit, the angels. They're speaking through him. Why is he so brash and bold with his heart? Because Jupiter is conjunct the sun, and they're both in Leo, which is the sign that rules the heart. I'm guessing here that maybe Deion is a Leo rising because, when he's around people he doesn't know, in situations where he's uncomfortable, places where he's unfamiliar, if he ever feels threatened, he's bold like the lion. This is why he says, we're coming. We coming. The lion is not like trying to sneak up on other creatures. It's loud. It roars, and it's still going to eat you. Doesn't matter. Just like Deion will be loud and still come to your town, and his team will beat you. The moon, my prediction here is that it is in Libra because he's emotionally fulfilled by conversation, communication, and speaking. Libra moons are very conversational. Saturn here in Aries, trine his sun and Jupiter. Commitment to work. He's not all talk. He's working. He's working very hard, and he wants to be around others who are going to work and commit to working. Deion also says that he keeps receipts. He keeps receipts for everybody who's out there who is the naysayers, the ones that are saying, Deion, he's never coached at this level. Colorado's not going to be very good this year. Has Deion ever gone to any team in any situation and prepared to lose? No. Yeah. He's always been a winner. It doesn't matter what sport, what position, whether as coach or as a player, he's a winner. And he only suits it up or stands on the sideline and coaches teams to win. He's not doing it to, maybe next year, maybe the year after. That's not how he views himself. When you have a direct channel to God and God is speaking through you, the Spirit is speaking through you, why would you think that you're going to lose? So anyone that's out there naysaying Colorado, Deion's keeping receipts. Well, why is that? Well, you look at his chart. Can you guess why he's keeping receipts, Sam?
No.
The sign that never forgets is Scorpio. Scorpio is the scorpion. When someone steps on a scorpion, the scorpion remembers. And Deion's Mars, the god of war, the planet of action, aggression, and conflict, is in Scorpio, the sign that it rules. This is another planet in a position of power because it's in the sign that it rules. Scorpio, just as the sun is in a position of power because it's in the sign that it rules, Leo. So this is why Deion, he's telling you we're coming, but people still don't see him coming because it's Scorpio. It's the scorpion. The scorpion, they don't see the scorpion coming. Even though his loud Leo is roaring, the lion's roaring, saying, we're coming, the scorpion is still finding its way to sneak up on people. This is why people are still surprised that they went into TCU, the runner-up for the national championship last year, and beat them in their home. But this is also why he doesn't forget. Now, there's some South Node energy here, which is about, maybe he doesn't want to hold on too hard to, not forgetting, not worrying about what the naysayers, focus more on that North Node, which Deion does. Deion focuses on that North Node because what did he say to those young players when he came to Colorado? He's like, we coming and we bringing our luggage, and our luggage is Louis.
I saw an
That's
interview with him this morning, and he had behind him on, he has all sayings on the wall, obviously inspirational, but behind him on the desk behind him was a Louis Vuitton suitcase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you see those sunglasses that he was wearing at the, if you ever seen a coach, have you ever seen a coach dress the way that Deion Sanders was dressed in that first game? I mean, that was the most fly outfit that any coach has ever worn, with those sunglasses and the gold chain. That is, to the nth degree, that is this right here, Taurus. Taurus is the sign of the material. That's where his north node is, in Taurus. And this is why I'm guessing if he's born at 6 a.m., 10th house north node, it's about achievement.
Yeah.
About goals. What's next? What are we going to accomplish next? What is that mountain that we're climbing to the top of? What are we going to achieve? This is Deion following his soul's purpose, not only to achieve, but to say, you know what? It is about chasing that bag. We are going to make that money. You're like, when he left Jackson State, he's like, you're either chasing a bag or you're getting buried, because if I stay here, eventually they're going to bury me here. So I got a bag over there. I got to go there, and if I get a bag someplace else, I'm going to go someplace, because you're either climbing to the next level on the mountain or you're falling off the cliff.
Yeah.
Or you're dying on the side of it. You have got to keep moving. And that's what Deion does. So the money, the bling, that's his soul's purpose. I tell everybody who's a North Node in Taurus, be materialistic. Materialism is a good word for you. So Deion wearing those glasses, wearing that gold chain, the gold that represents Leo energy, the white, bright like the sun. I mean, Deion is shining his light and sharing his warmth, bringing vitality to wherever he goes. And it's infectious in the most positive way. It's curing disease. It's curing negativity. It's curing, passivity. It's inspiring people to move, to go, to be the best that you can be, to open your heart, to express yourself. He wants passionate people. Do passionate people have an open heart or a closed heart? Their hearts are open because they know that an open heart can't be broken, because it's strong. And that's Deion.
Yeah.
What you got for me, Sam?
I am not I'm a very new football fan. And especially college was not intimidating, but there's just so many more people, so many more teams, leagues or divisions and conferences, and it was a lot. But the minute I saw an interview with Deion, and 5 minutes into it, it was like, oh my gosh, I drank the Kool-Aid. Like his passion and his love, it's like you said, it's contagious. Like I was like, okay, I'm in. And I never before in my life have I ever watched a college football game from beginning to end, but I watched that game on Saturday, and oh my gosh, did he deliver. Like goosebumps, like the whole time. And his son, and then, or the quarterback, right, broke a record. And then the son that plays defense on the other side, it's like he's involved now. And then
he led the team in tackles.
Right. And then that kid Hunter.
Travis Hunter. Yeah.
Right? I mean,
he was otherworldly. He's like
how many snaps
he's basically
both
Deion.
Ways.
Yeah, Deion even said, he's like, this is my other son, because Travis is what Deion was in college. When Deion played at Florida State, he played cornerback and wide receiver. And nobody has done that since Deion until Travis Hunter. To play 110 snaps in that Texas heat, running full speed on every play. He's not just going a couple yards. He's running 20, 30, 40, 50 yards every play to have that kind of staminism, he's like an elite level. He's
so amazing.
He's like Deion was in college. So exciting.
Yeah. And Deion, in that interview that I watched this morning, he mentioned, or they obviously asked him about, and do you think he can go both ways and da 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 da. And he was like, dude, he said, yo, I'm recruiting kids that want to go both ways right now. He was like, he was like, that's who this kid is. That's who he is. He was like, he's too bored if he's not involved on defense and offense. He was like, it drives him crazy. And he was like, and he said, and that's exactly how I was. And he was like, and I'm letting him be who he wants to be. And I was just like, it was so great. I'm in. I'm all of a sudden like, I'm a Colorado fan now. It's done.
Yes. So exciting to see. What astrology questions do you have for me?
Well, the receipts part is because I was listening to some trash talk this morning after the game, and I know that people are still gonna doubt and say it's a fluke, and of course they're not gonna win every single game.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did, though. I'm just gonna say that. Like I know it's crazy, but if Colorado won every game and won the national championship, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll just say that now, because what people have to understand is nobody knows what this team is. What they did last year, and they went 1-11. There's 60 new players on this team.
Yeah.
So 60 players that didn't go 1-11 last year, that played on other teams that were good. So, it's not like Deion's just getting scraps and, he's going out and getting the best players at other schools that for whatever reason, they weren't happy there, or they saw a better opportunity with, being coached by Deion and his staff, and they're there. So you don't know what this team is. So I'm not going to be surprised if they win every game. I'm not saying that they will, but if they do, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm so shocked, because I have watched Deion my whole life and he's always been a winner. Yeah. So I expect him to win. That's it. When you look, I want to point this one last thing here is like all this Virgo energy, Uranus, Pluto, part of fortune, and Venus in Virgo. This is why you can't sleep on this man. Like, Virgo is the sign of details. Deion sees things that other people miss. And this alignment between Venus at 13 degrees in Virgo with Mars at 10 degrees in Scorpio, sextile, that's a sextile. I see that in so many athletes, where either the sun is aligned with Mars, or Venus is aligned with Mars, or Mercury aligned with Mars. But he has such balance between masculine and feminine energies. This is why the ladies love him. He's so charming. Also that Libra moon, but the men respect him, and he has such great coordination in his abilities, not only physically, but in the mind, and in how he communicates and thinks and shares ideas and so on and so forth. But those 3 planets in Virgo, plus the part of fortune, he's very detail oriented. That he's not going to miss. Look at the way that he dresses. He's put together. He's sharp. So he's not just this loud mouth. That would be like thinking a lion is just a roar. No, a lion will eat you. It doesn't just make a loud sound. It will also eat you. And that's no different than Deion. He's loud, but he will beat you as well. So don't just get confused by the voice and think that, he's just talking trash. No, he's using words of wisdom. And so whatever you can garner from that wisdom, is the only thing that I would do to try to beat him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Because you can't overlook him.
Yeah. It'll be interesting when he does face challenges, and then we can review his chart on,
on those days.
And
I'm looking ahead to the USC game.
See, that's what the one sports person that I was listening to said. They'll never beat USC and they'll never beat Utah.
Yeah.
I don't know who those, I mean, okay. But I do remember that person specifically saying that.
Yeah. I think that Utah, I think they'll have a real hard time beating Utah, because Utah, I think, is the best coach team in the Pac-12. I think USC has better talent than Utah, but I think that Utah has a better coaching staff, because Utah's coaching staff has been there a long time. They've won a lot of football games. They know exactly what they're doing. They've seen it all. And this is why they're so competitive. They won the Pac-12 last year. It wasn't USC. USC had all the talent. Utah beat USC. So I think that, they'll have a hard time against Utah. I wouldn't be surprised if Utah won that game. But I wouldn't be surprised if Colorado won that game either. We'll have to see once they get to it. USC, I think, is interesting because USC has amazing talent. Caleb Williams is unreal.
Yeah. He's the quarterback, and he
quarterback.
won.
Yeah.
Did he
won the Heisman Trophy last year? Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know. I'd be more willing to put my money on Colorado beating USC than Colorado beating Utah. Because I just feel like USC, they always just have like kind of this, it's an LA thing. It happens to UCLA every year too, where they're in LA and they just get so full of themselves, and all the celebrities are around them and that sort of stuff. And they trip up. They'll lose a game. It happened last year. I know this is Lincoln Riley's second year, so maybe, he'll figure it out. And they got all this talent, yes, but I don't know. I just feel like Deion, like, he loves that kind of stuff. Like these guys they think they're going to beat you. Look at this Caleb Williams, he thinks he's better than you. You know what I mean? This and that. I'm going to tell you exactly what he's going to do and what we need to do to beat him. Plain and simple. And Deion's son is going to come out, the one that plays quarterback, and Shadir, and he's going to put on a show that's going to make people think like, maybe Shadir is better than Caleb Williams. I don't know. So I don't know. All I know is that's going to be an amazing game. And I'm looking forward to it. So thank you, Sam.
Same. Of course. I love this.
Yes. Awesome.